Hello students, this is Miss Dalton and this is video 12.3, Solving Radical Equations. Okay, when you are solving radical or rational exponent equations, your first step is to isolate the variable in radical or rational exponent form. So I call this just getting the radical or the rational exponent by itself. Then you're going to raise both sides of the equation to the same power to eliminate the radical, or you're going to use the reciprocal of the rational exponent. So in other words, if you have a square root, then you'd want to raise both sides to a power of 2 so that you can eliminate that radical. Again, we're using the inverse property, and so square is the inverse of square root. Then you would solve the resulting equation. And you always want to check for extraneous solutions. There are times that when you plug it back into the original equation, it does not work. Okay, so if we look at this first example, we have -4 times the square root of x minus 6 equals -20. So you'll solve it by getting that radical by itself. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add 6 to both sides. So that's going to give you -4 times the square root of x equals -14. Then we would want to divide by -4. Again, we're just trying to get that radical by itself. So we'd have the square root of x equals, simplify that would be 7/2. At this point, to get rid of the square root, you want to use the inverse of square root, which is squaring, and so we're going to square both sides. That will get rid of your radical, so that will leave you with just x equals, and then go ahead and square the numerator and the denominator. So that would be 49/4. If we plug it back into the original equation, to see if it works, that would be -4 times the square root of 49/4, and then minus 6 equals -20. So the square root of 49/4 is 7/2. 7/2 times a -4 would be, let's see, that would be -14. And then -14 minus 6 does in fact equal -20. So this checks. That is your answer. Let's look at example 2. So our goal is to get the radical by itself. So the first thing I want to do is I want to subtract 3 from both sides. That would give you -4 times the cube root of x plus 10, and that equals 12. Then you would divide both sides by -4. Cube root of x plus 10 equals -3. At this point, the inverse of a cube root is raising it to the power of 3. So I'm going to raise this side to the power of 3 as well. This will cancel off your radical, and so then you'll have x plus 10 equals -3 to the third power is -27. Then you would subtract 10 from both sides, so you get x equals -37. Plug that back into the original equation just to make sure that it works. So you'd have -4 times the cube root of -37 plus 10 plus 3, and see if that equals 15. Well, -37 plus 10 is -27. The cube root of -27 is -3. So then you'd have -3 times -4, which is +12, plus 3, and that does in fact equal 15. So that is a good answer. Alright, so let's look at this next example. This time we have a rational exponent. So your job still is to get that rational exponent part by itself. So to get rid of the 1/7, I would have to multiply both sides by 7. So multiply by 7 here, multiply by 7 here. So that would get rid of this fraction, and so then you would have x plus 9 to the 3/2 power equals 49 times 7, which is 343. Then, because we have the exponent of 3/2, what you'd want to do is you'd want to raise each side to the reciprocal. So I'm going to raise this side to the power of 2/3, and I'd want to do the same thing here. Raise this to the power of 2/3. Okay, so that's going to get this rational exponent to cancel. So we'll have x plus 9 on the right, on the left, equals 343 to the 2/3 power. Well, think about this as the cube root of 343 to the second power. Well, the cube root of 343 is 7. And then I would take 7 and I would raise it to the power of 2. So this would equal 49. Then you would subtract 9 from both sides. And so x equals 40. You would want to check this. So I have 1/7 times 40 plus 9 to the 3/2 power. And we're going to see if that equals 49. Well, 49, and then if I take the square root of 49, that's 7, and 7 to the 3rd power is 343, and 1/7 of 343 does in fact equal 49. So this does check. So let's look at the next example. So right now we have the square root of 21x plus 1 equal to x plus 5. So the radical is already by itself, so we would go ahead and square both sides. But remember, when you square an x plus 5, you're going to have to write that down twice. So the power of 2 makes you write down x plus 5 twice and then multiply it. So you're going to have to use distribution on that. So we have 21x plus 1, and that's going to equal, if I multiply that together, that gives me x squared plus 10x plus 25. So since I have a quadratic, we want to get everything on the same side, so let's go ahead and subtract the 21x, and let's subtract 1. So that will cancel. Give you 0 equals x squared minus 11x, and then plus 24. Now this does in fact factor, so we would have 0 equals, when I factor it, I'll have x minus 8 times x minus 3, and so then when I set both of those equal to 0, we'll get x equals 8 and x equals 3. So we have to plug both of them back into the original to make sure that it works. So if I plug in an 8, I'll have the square root of 21 times 8 plus 1. And we're going to see if that equals the 8 plus 5. 21 times 8 is 168. 168 plus 1 would be the square root of 169. And 8 plus 5 would be 13. And the square root of 169 is, in fact, 13. So that one works. Now let's check 3. If I plug in a 3, I'm going to have 21 times 3, which I'm going to go ahead and multiply that out. That would be 63, and 63 plus 1 is 64. Does that equal 3 plus 5? And so the square root of 64 is 8, and that does give me 8. So both of these are good answers. Okay, that is it for today's video. If you have any questions, please come to class ready to ask.